Welcome to Action Woodwinds, a brand new virtual instrument for creating thrilling woodwind passages for blockbuster scoring. If you love the lively, flashing sound of fast woodwind passages in the groundbreaking film scores of John Williams or Alan Silvestri, and you'd like to create these parts in your own music, then Action Woodwinds is exactly the instrument you need. In this video, we'll give you an overview of the many articulations, live elements, and phrases in Action Woodwinds, showing you how they're organized and how to get the most out of them. Action Woodwinds gives composers and music creators full access to the very best of what woodwinds can bring to a great film score. For those familiar with Action Strings 2, here are, in short, the most important new features in Action Woodwinds. You can now add an upper octave to each phrase and single articulation for a more shimmering and fuller ensemble sound. We've added custom mode in the phrase editor, which allows you to create even more individual phrases. All of the live recorded modules are available as playable single articulations. And best of all, our new scaler feature adapts all your MIDI input to a tonality of your choice. All of this makes it easier than ever to create complex woodwind passages with ultra-realistic live elements. Before we get into the details, here's a small selection of the many themes and phrases with a bit of musical context. With Action Woodwinds, you can either use and customize over 1,000 pre-built phrases or create your very own phrases in the editor. Now let's see how everything works. Action Woodwinds opens with the main page, on which you can see one of the 167 themes. For each theme, there is one main phrase and 3 variant phrases that you can select with the key switches. Furthermore, we offer 6 traditional single articulations to combine. If you want, you can also organize the key switches in your own way. Let's briefly play through the phrases of the current theme. As single articulations, we've provided staccatissimos, staccatos, marcatos, sustains, plus half and whole tone trills. If you like, you can just play with the single articulations in a traditional way. But we think it's even more fun to combine the articulations and phrases. We have, of course, recorded several dynamics, which can be controlled with the mod wheel while you play. If you want to use only one of the ensembles alone, you can solo it here. Here you can adjust the volume, and you can adjust the octave range here. We've recorded both ensembles in a wide tonal range, so it's always a good idea to keep trying them out. The scaler feature adapts all played MIDI input to match a specific tonality or scale. If you'd like to play your material within a specific tonality, just activate the scaler here, select a root key, and one of 20 available scale types. The playable notes of the selected scale are automatically highlighted in color on the virtual keyboard. The non-scale tones do not produce any sound. Let's take a simple E major scale and check how it works. Playing notes from the E major scale, the selected phrase stays within this tonality. One very handy feature is the in C mode. Once this is activated, the selected scale and tonality will now be across the white keys only, transposed to start from the note of C. For example, if you select F sharp minor as the scale, and then play notes on the white keys, F sharp minor will sound across all pressed keys, even with the single articulations. If you want to try a new theme, click on the theme's name and the theme browser will appear. Use the scroll handle on the right side to see all available themes or refine the selection with the categories. You can select between different categories, ensembles, feels, and meters. Click on a name to preview and pre-listen to the theme's main phrase. Don't forget to mark your favorites to get quicker access to the themes that you like best. Select a theme by double-clicking it, and it'll appear in the interface with all of its assigned phrases. To exchange a phrase, just click on it and the phrase browser will open. Phrases are categorized in a similar but more detailed way as in the theme browser. Use the scroll handle to see all phrases or refine the categories to find a suitable phrase. Once you've found a suitable phrase, double-click its name to assign the phrase to the selected key switch. Now you can easily combine the new loaded phrase with the existing phrases aligned to the other key switches. Every musician has their own favorite way to bring their ideas to life. With Action Woodwinds, we offer many different options to create captivating woodwind passages. First, we're playing just one basic phrase. If you play overlapped or keep one note held while adding new notes, everything will stay in sync to the first note you played. If you play non-legato, the phrase will start from its beginning with every new note. If you use the key switches while you hold down a note or chord, you'll see that you can combine the phrases as you like. In real time, they'll all stay in sync. You can use Action Woodwinds like a traditional virtual instrument and play melodies freely by only using the single articulations. For those who want to play the short live modules freely in their own musical context, there's another great possibility. All live modules are available as playable articulations, and you can use them as if they were single articulations. Just select a playable theme or load individual playable figures from the phrase browser. In both browsers, the playable modules will only appear if no meter is selected. As you can see, the score picture shows only one live module that you can play freely, as long as you don't play overlapped. You can change between the free modules by using the key switches and play in a fluent and intuitive way. To adapt the length of the modules and articulations, you can go to the settings page and adjust their release time here. And of course, you can combine the free modules with the traditional single articulations to create your very own woodwind passages. And now comes the best part. If you activate the scaler, you can easily play the diatonic modules in a scale range you define. As Action Woodwinds is a sibling to our virtual instrument Action Strings 2, you may want to use both instruments together. You'll be pleasantly surprised to find a lot of themes and phrases in Action Woodwinds that appear with the same name in Action Strings 2. These will match perfectly when played together. Here is a complex Action Woodwinds theme played together with an Action Strings basic theme, achieving a nice complexity when played together. All pre-designed themes and phrases are great time savers and can give ideas and inspirations for your music. However, you don't need to stick with them. We built Action Woodwinds for you to create your own passages and use the instrument as your composing assistant and toolbox. You can adjust and change every phrase or build new ones to create music that is unique to you. Let's go to the editor to see how flexible it can be working with all of the recorded material. Here, the selected phrase appears in the editor, and it's able to be changed in various ways. Let's clear our selected high phrase and build a new one from scratch. As you can see, the score picture of the cleared phrase is empty now. Let's double-click on the start position in the grid and take a look at the various articulations and live elements. We've sorted the live modules in different categories to make them easier to find. Let's listen to a few of them. As you can see, there's a huge selection for you to choose from. Now let's put some elements and single notes into the score to build our phrase. You can always remove elements with the eraser. Duplicate an element with the repeat icon, and choose a variation by clicking on the arrows. Now that our elements are all there, we can adjust the dynamics a little bit to highlight some accents and keep the phrase alive. If you want, you can even program melodic movement here. Okay, I think this phrase is ready to be saved as a user phrase. Let's type a name and save the phrase. It will from now on always appear in the browser's user section. If you change to arpeggio mode, the melodic line will be deactivated. You can now choose from arpeggio patterns and get smooth arpeggiated lines if you play and hold a full chord. In custom mode, you can design individual polyphonic patterns or comping figures. Just click on the LEDs and program the notes of your desired pattern. Your MIDI input will always adapt to it. Let's play a short chord progression to hear how nice the woodwind ensemble will sound in your programmed arrangement. If you want to change the meter, you can do this by clicking on the meter icon, and the phrase will automatically adapt to the new meter. One of the most important things in an orchestral context is to have the option to shape your sound to match with your other libraries. On the mixer page, you can control the different mic positions for both ensembles, either independently or with both ensembles chained together. You can either choose the default mix or one of our pre-designed settings and adjust these to your taste. To match the woodwind ensemble to your other orchestral instruments, you can shape the sound even more with a 3-band equalizer and choose a realistic reverb space here. With MIDI Output, you can always export your performance with a phrase into your DAW to use with other instruments or edit your material in a more detailed way. Click here to go through the steps. Start the playback in your DAW, capturing the performance. Stop the playback and then just drag and drop the recorded data into your project. You'll get the MIDI from the high and low ensemble performance on 2 separate tracks. Now you can play the MIDI data with new loaded instruments in your DAW. Finally, let's take a quick look at the settings page. Here you can change the MIDI CC for dynamic control, set note release time, and set the tempo to half or double time. This is sometimes useful if you're running very slow or fast projects. We hope you've enjoyed this overview. Action Woodwinds can do even more than we could show in this video. It's a powerhouse for orchestral composers and music creators and makes it easy to create stunningly realistic woodwind parts for your music within a short time. For more information, audio, and video demos, head over to nativeinstruments.com. Thanks for watching.